Have you noticed how everything feels more expensive lately? That morning coffee that used to cost $1 now sets you back $5. A simple trip to the grocery store feels like your wallet is under attack. From bread and milk to fresh fruit, every item seems to creep higher in price. And it's not just food, gas, rent, and even basic services all keep climbing. People across America are asking the same question. Why does it feel like our money buys less every single month? If you've ever walked into a cafe and thought twice before ordering your usual coffee, you're not alone. 10 years ago, a regular drip coffee might have cost you $1 or $2, depending on where you live. Today, in many cities, it's hard to find that same cup for less than $4 or $5. For people who rely on that morning ritual, the price change isn't just a small annoyance. It's a reminder that the money in their pocket doesn't stretch the way it used to. Step into a grocery store and the feeling is even stronger. Essentials like eggs, milk, or bread, items that used to be staples you never thought twice about, now command noticeably higher prices. A gallon of milk that once hovered around $2 might be $4 or $5 in some states. A dozen eggs, which once dipped under $1, can now spike to $3 or more during shortages. Families who used to budget a certain amount for weekly groceries find that their bills creep higher and higher, forcing them to make tough choices about what to keep and what to leave behind. And then there's rent. Across the United States, rents have surged, especially in urban areas. A one-bedroom apartment that used to rent for $800 a month can now demand $1 or $200 or more. In some metro regions, the increases are even sharper. Families who were once comfortable are now squeezed, not because they lost their jobs, but because the baseline cost of simply having a place to live has shot upward. Add in rising utility bills, water, electricity, internet, and the squeeze feels tighter every single month. Transportation tells a similar story. Anyone who drives knows the frustration of watching the gas pump meter spin faster than expected. Filling up a tank that once cost $30 might now take $50 or $60, depending on oil markets and local taxes. For commuters who drive daily, that extra money at the pump eats away at other parts of their budget. For truckers, delivery drivers, and small businesses that rely on transportation, fuel prices aren't just a line on the bill. They're a make-or-break factor in staying afloat. Even services you don't buy at a store remind you of the rising costs. Streaming subscriptions that once promised endless entertainment for $7.99 a month have slowly crept to $12, $15, or more. Internet and phone providers tack on new fees. Health insurance premiums climb annually, leaving workers to shoulder more out-of-pocket costs. It feels as if every corner of modern life has a hidden hand tugging a few more dollars out of your wallet. This creeping rise in prices creates a shared frustration across America. It doesn't matter if you're a college student stretching a part-time paycheck, a parent budgeting for a family of 4, or a retiree on a fixed income. Almost everyone has felt that uncomfortable moment to check out when the total is higher than expected. And the question keeps echoing. Is it just me? Or is everything getting more expensive? The truth is, it's not just you. The feeling that your money doesn't go as far is real, and it has a name. Economists call it inflation. But for everyday people, it's less about definitions and more about lived reality. It's the moment you sigh while swiping your card. hesitation before buying something you used to grab without thinking. The frustration of knowing your paycheck hasn't grown at the same pace as your bills, across kitchen tables, in workplace break rooms, and on social media feeds. The conversation repeats itself. Groceries are insane. My rent just went up. This situation has a name: inflation. Inflation happens when prices rise across the economy, making every dollar worth less. It's not about one item going up. It's nearly everything. A $20 bill that once filled your basket might now buy just a few basics. Economists track it with the Consumer Price Index, but families don't need charts. They feel it when rent, gas, or groceries eat up more of their paycheck. Inflation is like a slow leak, invisible at first, powerful over time. You don't need a degree in economics to notice it. You live it every day. You see inflation everywhere. At the supermarket, totals climb faster than expected. At the gas station, the pump spins while your tank barely fills. Rent rises by hundreds of dollars, forcing families to make tough choices. Even small things, snacks, coffee, streaming services, creep higher month by month. Some companies even shrink packages, but keep the price the same. A trick called shrinkflation. For most Americans, inflation isn't abstract. It's the stress of paying more while getting less. The sigh at checkout, and the frustration of knowing your paycheck doesn't go as far as it used to. Why does inflation happen? Experts don't agree. Some blame broken supply chains, ships stuck at ports, shortages of goods. Others point to government spending, saying too much money was pumped into the economy. Critics highlight corporate greed, where companies raise prices beyond costs, boosting profits, while shoppers struggle. Wars and global crises, like energy shocks from Ukraine, also drive prices up. The truth is, it's usually a mix of all these factors. Politicians argue over who is at fault, but for families, the result is the same: higher bills and tighter budgets, whatever the cause. Inflation lands hardest on ordinary people. The hardest part of inflation is how it squeezes families. Parents sit at the kitchen table, opening bills for rent, gas, and groceries, only to see paychecks fall short. Some have to choose between filling the tank or buying healthy food. Others delay doctor visits because costs are too high. Children notice smaller meals, fewer activities, cancelled vacations. Retirees see savings lose value, while young people struggle to move out on their own. Inflation doesn't just raise prices, it creates stress, sacrifice, and fear. For millions of households, the challenge is not just numbers, but the emotional weight of falling behind. So what is inflation? It's the quiet force that makes everyday life more expensive. From your morning coffee to your groceries, gas, rent, and bills. In textbooks, it sounds complicated, but in real life, it's simple. Your money buys less, and families are forced to stretch paychecks further every month. Inflation explains why so many people feel like they are working harder, but falling behind. That's why we're here, to break down big political and economic issues in just 60 seconds, using clear examples anyone can understand. If this video helped you make sense of inflation, here's what you can do next. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell, and share this video with friends and family, because this is only the beginning in our series